Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to just be playing a small speed drawing in the background here of me filling the last page of my sketchbook. I'm drawing my lovely character Twinkle, who is my oldest still existing OC, so that's fun. And while this is going on, I'm just gonna be having a cozy chat with you guys, answering some questions, because about a month ago I asked you for questions for a Q&A video that I wanted to film. I know it's been quite a while since I asked for those questions, but today I'm finally going to answer them. Yeah, I'm just gonna be going through a few of them that I picked. I tried to pick some so that questions wouldn't get doubled. So if your question is not in the video, I'm very sorry. I couldn't take all of them. There were quite a few, but I hope that your question still gets answered even if your specific comment is not in this video. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So the first question is from Vida. By the way, if I butcher any of your names, I'm very sorry. So Vida is asking, what got you to like the art style that you use? By the way, I'm excited for this. Thank you for your question. So the art style that I'm currently using, I'd say, is like a combined mixture of things that I like. And I feel like that is the reason why I enjoy it. I mean, I feel like my art style is a little bit inconsistent, which is fine because I think I'm still very much developing a lot as an artist, and I'm just enjoying the process and experimenting with different things that I enjoy. So I don't really have anything against the art style that I'm using, kind of like this pop surrealism-ish thing. So yeah, that's why I like it and why I'm just having fun with the way that my art looks and trying to experiment with new things. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. Okay, so this next question is from Kaylee, and she's asking, what is the shadiest / worst sponsor you have had? Also, have you ever gone to a summer camp for art or something else? Okay, so I really like this question. Sadly, or like not sadly, actually, it's a good thing. With every brand that I've worked with, I've had a very positive experience. I've never been actually sponsored. I'm just gonna make that difference very clear here. I've never been sponsored. That means no brand has ever paid me money to promote their product or say anything about what they're selling. So, all the brands that I've worked with have just sent me a product to try out and give my honest opinion on. So it's not a sponsorship. It's just like I guess they sent me something. But I guess since I didn't really have a bad experience with anyone that I've worked with, I'm just gonna share like a funny thing that happened that's kind of in that direction. So maybe a month or something ago, actually, or maybe 2 months. I don't know. It hasn't been that long. I looked into my business emails and I received an email asking for a sponsorship. And it started like, hello, hello, sir, something. And I was like, what? Okay, this is weird. And they were like, yeah, we saw your content and we thought maybe you would be interested in trying our protein powders and promoting them to your fans. And I was like, excuse me, what? This is the weirdest like request that I've ever gotten, because like, how did they even find me, and why would they want me of all people to promote their protein muscle building powder? It was so weird, and the email was also written like so shady. And the best thing was, it was like, yeah, so if you promote this to your followers, we can have like an ongoing relationship, and you will get like lifelong 15% off of our products. Isn't this such a great deal? And I was like, what the heck? It's just so weird. Like, why would you be asking or sending this email to like an art person? I know obviously this mail was probably just sent out kind of like spam to just a bunch of people with maybe a certain amount of followers, but it was still so funny to me. Like, I laughed my butt off there. It was like, the email was so shady, the grammar was like really weird, they addressed me with sir. I mean, obviously, I'm a male. You can tell by my manly voice. Okay, no, but yeah, I don't know. I just found that funny. So I guess that was the shadiest experience I've ever had. And have I ever gone to a summer camp for art or something else? I've never gone to any summer camp for art. I wish I could. I've never done anything like that, sadly. But I have gone to summer camp for French classes because a couple of years back my French was so bad, even though it should have been better. So it just wasn't enough for my French class. So I actually went to like a 1 week camp with a friend, and it was kind of fun. I think I was like 12 or something back then. It was an experience. I feel like it didn't help my French all that much. I got like maybe a little bit more confident in it, but like I don't know, my French is fine now. It could be better, it could be worse, you know. But yeah, I think that's the only proper summer camp I've gone to for anything specific. So yeah, thank you for your question. So the next question is from Garbage Town. Who are some artists that inspire you to push yourself? Okay, so of course there's a bunch of artists that inspire me and stuff, but for artists that help me push myself, I think I have a couple of people in mind. I'm just gonna name some. So one of, I think, the artists who recently, or like for a longer time, has just really helped me push myself and has motivated me is my good friend Stella. She goes by Stelbs on Instagram, and she's just such a sweet soul. She's such a hardworking person. She has a webtoon, which is just super amazing. Like, you can really see how much she has improved over like the course of her comic, and it's just so inspiring and motivating to see. And we're also close in age. I don't know, we get along well, and I don't know, it's super motivating to have like an art friend like that. So yeah, if you don't know her yet, send her some love. She makes some beautiful art. And another artist who I think for kind of similar reasons is really motivating to also push myself is Creativity is Weird on Instagram. She's actually a doll artist who I found a couple of years back when I think she was more like just starting out, around like the time that she started out, really customizing dolls. And I don't know, it's like not the art that I make, but like just seeing her improvement also just, it's always so incredibly like mind-boggling whenever I like look back at what she used to make and where she's now. It's just super amazing. And she actually entered my Draw This in Your Style challenge and recreated my character as a doll. Like, it's so beautiful and so stunning, and I almost cried when I saw it. It's so beautiful. So yeah, Emily is super inspiring as well because she's also just such a hard worker. And I think I'm gonna maybe put in one more artist here. I think Happy the Artist is someone who has always helped me push myself because she was like one of the first artists who I ever started following online and who I really looked up to. Like, she is still such an inspiration for me. Of course, now that I've been on these social medias for a bit longer, I found more artists, but like she was really like the first one who was like, oh my god, this artist, I found them online and they're so cool. And yeah, I always love seeing her work, and whenever I see like her new paintings and drawings, I'm like, I want to do better. I want to push myself to be as good as her one day. So yeah, I think I've been following her for so long, and she's always inspired me and pushed me to do my best in art. So yeah, I think those are, I think those are some good artists to answer that question. So yeah, thank you for your question, Garbage Town. Then the next question is from Renee's Art Studio. And they say, hello, love your videos. Thank you. I have 2 questions. Okay. If you had to describe your art style in 3 words, what would it be? And how tall are you in your studio tour? You looked short but cute. Okay. If I had to describe my art style in 3 words, that's kind of difficult because I feel like my art changes a lot. But if I had to describe like what I do at the moment, I think it would be colorful, because I've definitely started branching out and using more different colors instead of just pastels. And I'm also being a little bit more bold with my color choices, I think, so that's good. And maybe like dark. That might sound really edgy, but I just really started embracing more of like the dark concepts, I guess, with like, you know, my artwork. Usually I try to make it look very aesthetically pleasing and beautiful, but also sometimes it has a dark twist and maybe surreal as well. That doesn't, I mean, of course, these words maybe not apply to every piece of art, but I think that's just the 3 words that I would go with for now, maybe? I don't know. I like the surreal art. I like the pop surrealism. How tall are you? I am 152 centimeters tall. Yeah, that's pretty that's pretty short actually. So, yeah, I'm shorter than most people that I know. Usually, people who are way younger than me still are like the same height as me, and yeah, people always mistake me for like I don't know, like an 8th grader, and I'm like, I'm graduating high school, but thank you. So, yeah, thank you for your question. The next question is by Anne, and she's asking, how do you make time to draw / when and how often do you draw? I make time to draw whenever I can, honestly. During summer break right now, of course, it's easier. I can basically draw whenever I want. But during school, especially next year when I'm graduating, it's probably going to be a little bit more difficult because I'm going to be very busy. So whenever I'm very busy with school, I try to just, you know, get done with my work as efficiently as possible. Sometimes that doesn't work because sometimes I do be lazy. But yeah, I try to like squish it in wherever I can, even if it's just a couple of sketches. And I try to draw every day. When I'm very busy, that might not work out, but yeah, I try to do it every day. The next question is by M. Gypsy. I hope that's how it's pronounced. What is your favorite thing to draw, or favorite drawing? Oh, and if you could only draw one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? My favorite thing to draw, I think that would probably be girls. I always draw, like, all of my paintings and artworks just have something with a girl in it, you know, so probably girls, and that would probably also be the one thing that I could draw for the rest of my life, just because I feel like I can do a lot with that, so I guess, yeah, keep going, kind of like this. Then we have a question by Hannah Art. How long does it take you to fill a sketchbook? By the way, I really like your videos and your art. Thank you so much, Hannah. For sketchbooks, I think it always depends on how thick the sketchbook is and how much I'm actually drawing during the period of time that I'm working in the sketchbook. But I would say it like usually a couple of months. Like I always dabble between like 2 to 4 months, depending on like the size of the sketchbook and my level of busyness, I guess. So yeah. Then we have a question by Trisha, and they're asking, planning on creating animations? So I'm definitely, like, I've dabbled in creating animations. I haven't done anything crazy yet. I am kind of practicing. I hope that one day I can create, like, cool animations, like, I don't know, my dream is to one day make like a really cool transformation scene or something like that, like in all those magical girl shows or something. That would be absolutely amazing. I do feel like I am not quite skilled enough yet to make it actually look good, which doesn't mean that I'm not going to practice. Like I have made a bunch of practice animations. I also have this book, I think it's called The Animator Survival Kit, which has been super helpful. But yeah, for now, I'm very much still like in the phase of testing out animation and seeing where I can go with it. So yeah, I haven't really made anything substantial yet, but it's a lot of fun, and I hope that one day I will find the time to really dive into it, because it seems really cool. Then we have a question by Alio, who has a Euroline April profile picture, which I love that. And they're asking, favorite Instagram creators? PS, love you. Thank you. I already mentioned some creators on Instagram who I really like, and I guess I'm just gonna add on to that list. A couple of people I've been really enjoying recently are Serendipity the artist, I love Loputin. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but like their art is just super amazing. I love I Am Liz. Her work is just, it's badonkers. It's super cool and crazy. I love Ethereal Night, or like, no, actually, she changed her name. Grace Lavian's latest oil paintings are just stunning. I love her work. So I'm gonna link those people down below, so check them out if you feel like it. And let's move on to the next question. So here are a couple of questions by Layla. So they're asking, do you have any big plans / changes for your channel? Not to rush you because art takes time, but what about Iva? Do you think it will take a lot of time before you start posting again? And what is your thinking process for developing characters? Or do you just go in and make OCs? Okay, so I'm just gonna start out with the first question here. Any big plans or changes for the channel? For now, I think I'm just gonna keep going with what I'm doing, trying out, a bunch of different video ideas and types and exploring editing styles, because I've really just been kind of trying to find what I like making most, and so far it's a lot of different things. So I try to give a little bit of variety on my channel while still keeping up the good old like speed drawing videos, because I feel like there's not enough of those on YouTube or like at the moment. I feel like I personally just really miss like those just like sketching in your sketchbook chill types of art videos, because I feel like a lot on YouTube has switched to more entertainment content, which, I mean, I'm still making entertainment for you guys with these videos, but I just kind of miss the pure art aspect of it, so I'm gonna keep going with posting speed paints or like drawings like these, like in this video. So I'm not gonna make any big changes to my channel for now. So the second question about Iva. So as some of you guys might know, I have a comic that I started working on, which is called Iva, and it is basically about a character called Iva. I named it after her, and I made some like prototype sort of first pages for that comic that I posted to Instagram, and then I kept going working on the story and making more comic pages, which never ended up on the internet so far. Because I realized that I didn't want to put myself under the pressure of having to post everything that I make, so that I could make more time to actually make the art good. So with that being said, I feel like since I started working on the comic and I have made more and more progress with it, I have realized that my art and like I guess my skill level has really changed a lot since I started making the comic and since I've posted like the first couple of pages. And I honestly kind of feel like restarting it all over and just like adapting all the things that I've learned on the way to what I'm doing with the comics. So I think it's gonna maybe like take a while before you guys see more of this comic, because I actually think I might just like restart, but maybe like I've also been kind of playing with the thought of actually just sharing that restart journey on here, because for all of you who are interested, for the first couple of pages I do have videos up on my channel. They should be in a playlist, so you can check them out. Just look for Candyjani comic or something and you would probably find it. So yeah, I will probably start posting something about Iva again in the future. Not sure when that's gonna be, and it's probably gonna be like a fresh start, because I've realized that all the work I've done right now I've kind of outgrown. That was a really long answer to this question, but I hope you got the answer that you wanted. So the last question from Layla: what is your thinking process for developing characters? Okay. I feel like for every character that's a little bit different, because I have a lot of different characters that originated from different processes, if that makes sense. So characters like Abigail, the alien skater girl, who you all know, she was like a character that kind of just was spontaneously created. Like I made a sketch in my sketchbook and I enjoyed it so much that I redrew that character, and at some point she just turned into an actual recurring character. and there she is. So that's something that has happened with a couple of my characters. But then there's also characters like Twinkle, who I'm drawing right now, who I was like, okay, I have this idea in my head of a character that I kind of want to tell a story with what she looks like. So I kind of start looking for references and thinking about what I connect with, I guess, the type of character that I want to create. So for Twinkle, I wanted like an explorer who's super curious. So I kind of just like created this fun spacesuit that looks a little bit toy-like, because I just wanted to capture her bright and bubbly personality in it. So yeah, it's always very different. Usually I will look for references and inspirations until I kind of mix something together that works. That of course doesn't mean that that character design is set in stone. As a lot of you might know, I redesigned Twinkle recently, and I might redesign her again in the future. Who knows? I think characters always have room to grow along with you on your artistic journey. So yeah, thank you for the questions, Layla, and let's move on to the next one. So the next question is by Doodle Your Noodles. I love that username. How do you go about doing gouache paintings, and what is your favorite gouache and watercolors to use? I love your channel so much. You really inspire me. Oh my god, thank you so much, Doodle. I always see you like in the comments and stuff, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. Okay, so how do you go about gouache paintings? I'm still very much kind of like not a professional at gouache. I mean, I'm not a professional in general. I'm still like an amateur artist who like kind of sometimes knows what she's doing, and sometimes she just absolutely doesn't. But yeah, so I think with gouache, I just usually go about it by starting out with like a wash of watercolor or watered down gouache as the first layer, and then I continue with starting to build up opaque layers. And it's very much like a trial and error process for me at the moment, because I'm still kind of learning how to properly use the medium, so I can't really explain how I do it. I just kind of try to go with it intuitively. That probably sounds very unprofessional and weird, which it is, so yeah. And my favorite gouache, I'm gonna make a difference between regular or like normal gouache and acrylic gouache here, because one of them is water soluble, which is the regular one, and one of them kind of works like acrylic, where when it dries, it's dry. So you kind of work with those differently. So my favorite regular gouache at the moment is the Schminke gouache. I really like that one. There's like an artist grade and a student grade, so there's like a difference between that, but I've been fine working with both of those. And for acrylic gouache, I've only tried the Holbein gouache, but it's absolutely incredible, so I can highly recommend it. And for watercolor, I also love Schminke watercolors. I'm a big fan of Schminke paints, as you can see, but I think they just have amazing quality, and it's always just such an enjoyable time working with them. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. Then we have a question by Sarah Choi. At the current moment, what would you like to improve in your art? That is a brilliant question, because recently I've really been trying to figure out what it is that I'm not satisfied with, because I felt like I've been kind of stuck with my art. So I've been doing some like thinking and analyzing and being all smarty pants about it. And I've realized that I think I really just need to work on like drawing more diverse faces. So I've been doing a lot of like face practice drawings. I want my characters to look less stiff, so I've been doing more gesture drawings. I just want my characters to be more expressive, like have facial expressions. I want my art to be more expressive. Yeah, that's the word. I couldn't find a different word to describe what I just said. So yeah, basically more expressiveness, it being more alive. I think with concepts, like creative wise, I have the ideas, but I just want to be able to truly like convey those ideas, not only like in the pure imagery of it, but also with like expressions. I'm using this, I really don't know how to word this. My English is failing me, but I hope you kind of know what I mean. So I want my art to just be more alive. It's alive. And yeah, that's basically what I've been trying to work on. And also, I really want to tackle bringing more interesting perspectives into my artwork, but yeah, it's been a rough ride. I'm doing my best, and hopefully I will succeed. Perspective is like really difficult, but it's also so fun. So yeah, hopefully I will be able to really like grasp it in the hopefully near future. I'm like a little bit always fighting with perspective, like, what do you want from me? Like, why are you so difficult? But also, you look heckin' good. Like, if you get like a juicy angle on that face and it looks good, so satisfying. So yeah, it's been rewarding practicing, so I'm gonna keep going. Then we have, I think this is already the second to last question, so we have 2 more questions. This question by Teeny: how did you improve your art? Were you drawing something from I'm already losing the ability to talk. How were you drawing something from references or try to draw something from your head? So whenever I really want to improve my art, and I think what has pushed my art to become better in the past is using references. I don't think that you can really draw anything like stylized without knowing what reality looks like. So my number 1 tip for improving your art is just use references and try to really understand your references. Like, break them down, and then you will improve. Okay, and this is the last question by Crimson. So here we go. Can you tell us some fun facts about your original characters? Ooh, this is a fun one to end things off with. Okay, so let's see. For my character Twinkle, who is definitely like my main OC, I draw her a lot, and she's been around the longest. A fun fact about her, probably that she is super duper afraid of snails. Like, you know, the girl is pretty daring and like pretty brave as well. Like, she's here to explore outer space, no matter what she's gonna find and stuff. Like, she's gonna face it. But if she sees a snail, you know that girl is gonna rocket ship to another dimension in like 0.3 seconds. So yeah, and the fun thing is, there actually is a character that belongs, I guess, in Twinkle's story universe, whatever, who is called Celia, and she is an alien who is a snail. So she's a snail alien, and when Twinkle first encounters her, you know, it's kind of a problem, because she for the first time is like super duper scared in her adventure, and she's like, why did it have to be a snail? And yeah, I don't know if I've shown Celia on the channel yet, but she's the snail, and Twinkle has kind of got to learn how to deal with it, so that's fun. I guess I could talk about Gwen and Julian, because you guys seem to really like those two. So, Julian is a fallen angel, but what he doesn't want anyone to know is that he literally fell from the sky because he was crushing so hard on Gwen, who is a Grim Reaper, that he just like tumbled, and he just fell down to earth. Like, he be fallen on his perfect face. And he doesn't want to admit it, but like, he's head over heels for Gwen, and he's like kind of a tsundere. So yeah, he's literally a fallen angel. One more. How about Astaria and Louise? So Louise is a princess from the Victorian era, and Astaria is an elf who has the ability to time travel. And when she encounters Louise, they kind of like get stuck in this situation where they have to travel through time together. And because Astaria like has traveled through a bunch of different times, she like knows what's up in every timeline and stuff. She knows. But Louise, she like doesn't know anything. She has always been living in her own era. So Astaria is like teaching her how to like be like the hip kids in the modern days and stuff, and it's just like very funny because she like Louise just doesn't get it. She's like kind of like the technology grandma, that you can see like a lot with us. Like, you know, she's kind of like, I guess, the boomer of her own age there. So yeah, that's kind of fun, I guess. I don't know. I kind of like that dynamic where Louise is just like super clueless and Astaria's is like, I've seen it all. I've seen too much. So yeah, those are just some fun facts about my characters. I hope you guys enjoyed those, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So yeah, I hope that if you had a question, it got answered. I know this is like a pretty long Q&A. Oh my god, it's like 30 minutes. What have I been blabbing on about? Holy heck. So yeah, if you would like to see more of my art, you can follow me on Instagram. It will be linked down below. You can also join the community Discord. You can always ask me questions there if you have any more. And we just like chat and hang out there, share art. It's a fun time, so join that if you're interested. And I would see you in my next live stream or video. So until then, bye guys.